Hello and welcome to the United Stand. It's the Manchester United v Leicester City preview. Old Trafford on Sunday. Louis van Gaal did always say he would bring the title to Old Trafford, didn't he? Unfortunately, we didn't realise he meant the opposition. But on a serious note, our title challenge has been softer than a mouse has fought through cotton wool this year. We have to accept that. But I do expect us to win on Sunday. And I'll be coming on to the whys of that in a moment. But our preview, it's slightly changed. There'll be two lineups coming up in a moment. It's all about what you think. One is how I think Louis van Gaal will line up. One is how we, the United Stand, would line up. We're going to do a little poll on what you would prefer, and we also want your comments if you differ with both of them. So that's what we want. That's what it's always all about. Get commenting below about that as well. But first of all, before I come to that, what a week it's been. A really, really weird week. I don't want to get into the monumental result from Liverpool. That's political, and I don't want to get into that. But we won FA Cup semi-final. We've got the FA Cup final to look forward to. Unfortunately, Mr. I've got a duck's head on my hair, in my hair, Clattenburg will be refereeing. Watch out for that in the coming weeks. He loves to make it himself centre stage. That could be an issue for us, but we should have enough to beat Palace. But two other things as well. Liverpool have surpassed our record of 26 years without a title. That's nice, isn't it? And also, it's the second anniversary of Steven Gerrard's his slip, isn't it? Now, I know he can always say, well, I've won European Cups, but at the end of the day, when you compare your league title trophy cabinet to the likes of Giggs, Scholes, even Butt, Phil Neville and that, you look in theirs, it's like it's fuller than a centipede sock drawer, and yours is very empty, Slippy G. But let's crack on. Manchester United v Leicester is what it's all about. That's what you're here for. That's what you want to talk about. I'm going to flash up now with let's go with how I think Louis van Gaal will line up first of all. As you can see, pretty much the team that started last week with a few alterations. I think he will play. He'll play Rojo, and I think he'll play Darmian at full-backs. I don't expect Fosu Mensah to play. Smalley and Blind, obviously, in the centre-backs position. I think he'll play Fellaini and Carrick and Rooney like he did against Everton, and that same front three. I suppose it sort of fits in with my team, which I'm going to come into in a moment. You can't really complain with him picking that team, I suppose. I don't really like Rojo at left back, but that's by the by. I know a lot of you are saying Memphis should play, and to be honest, I like Memphis. We put it out this week, should Memphis be kept for another year? I really do think that Memphis, with a run of games, when you look at Fellaini, I'm not Fellaini's biggest fan. He played well last week, but how many opportunities has he had? He scored last week, but that was his 20th chance in the box, and it's the first time he's scored. So persistence, yes. Flogging a dead horse, maybe. But, he's had a lot of games. Memphis hasn't had anywhere near that. He started the season like he was Messi's, it's not Messi's, God's foster son. But at other times of the season, he's looked like a tasered chicken. He needs to run a games. He needs a different manager like Pereira. But I don't think Memphis should be starting on Sunday, and I don't expect him to start, in fairness. I think he needs a fresh start on a run of games, and I think he's only going to get that next season. So that's Van Gaal's lineup. Give us your thoughts on that. I'm now going to flip over to our lineup, and as you can see, there are similarities. The only changes we've made: Fosu Mensah at right back, Darmian switched to left back. As I said, I don't like Rojo at left back. I think he's got. I think he gets exploited so many times. My midfield's different. I love Michael Carrick, and Fellaini did play well last week, but Leicester have got a very, very dynamic midfield, and they are very tenacious. I love using that in the midfield, don't I? And our tenacious and dynamic too are Schneiderlin and Herrera for me. I think Rooney shouldn't be playing centre midfield. I think he should be playing number 10. I think he did well against Everton, but let's not forget, you know what? Lukaku couldn't hit the ocean from a boat. He had 3 or 4 good chances. We did as well, but people also forget Cleverley had a good couple of chances. If Everton had taken their chances, it could have been a different story, and we lost that midfield for half an hour in the second half. So Schneiderlin and Herrera would play for me in them centre midfield positions, and Rooney would play at number 10. Rooney's not a centre midfielder at the moment. He did well last week. Maybe he can grow into that role. But we're Manchester United. Maybe Rooney centre midfield for the likes of Everton and Aston Villa. Well, they've been relegated. That's probably not fair on him, to be honest. But a mid-table team, maybe that could work. But we should have the best midfielders. And Rooney coming into midfield just because it suits him for the Euros. We're not a journeyman club. We cannot be compensating players who aren't centre midfielders long term. Short term, fine. But if Herrera and Schneiderlin are fit, that's who I would play in the centre midfield. And I'd put Rooney at 10 and that same front three there. I think that just that makes sense to me. So give us your thoughts on the lineup. Which one would you prefer? In fact, the poll is going up now. Whose do you prefer? The United Stand one or that previous Louis van Gaal one? Main differences: Fellaini and Carrick in midfield, or Herrera and Schneiderlin. And also I would put Darmian where Rojo is and Fosu Mensah at right back. But the game itself, I'm going to go Manchester United 2-0. I don't think there'll be loads of goals in it because Leicester, when they want to defend, they throw their bodies around. I'm excited by it because this is Leicester City. They're going to win the title. No doubt about that. I've not seen them that much. I watched them when we played them at, is it the Walker Stadium, Filbert Street, whatever. We should have won that game. They weren't that good. Vardy broke the record. No Vardy on Sunday. I'm excited to see how good Leicester are because they are the champions. But every bit of me thinks we will win this game. Maybe that's daily blind, whatever, blind leading the blind. But I just expect us to win. Give us your thoughts. I want to know what you think about the game. I want to know what you think about the lineups. Do cast your vote on that and give us your thoughts on that. But more importantly, what do you think the score's going to be? Do you think we're going to beat Leicester? I'm really, really confident about it. Maybe I'm setting myself up for a fall bigger than Slippy G slip, but I think we're going to win. I'm going to go 2-0. I think we've got the quality, and the one thing that is big about Manchester United at the moment, Louis van Gaal sort of has stumbled on it, sorry Stephen, is that Rashford and Martial, it's that pace, and Lingard even played well last week as well, it's that pace in the final third that we haven't had for 18 months under Van Gaal that he's now got, and that scares teams. But I'm really looking forward to it. Join us for the watch along live on Sunday, where we'll be live all the way through the game. We'll start about half an hour before from 1 o'clock. Join us for that. That's always good fun. I'm excited to watch it. Thanks for watching. Like the video, please, and do get commenting below, and we will reply. And I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Thanks for watching.